And this is the ExxonMobil Rawl practice facility. It's a very important part of our outreach to the community and also to our recruitment of the future engineering talent for our state and our nation. And so anytime a children and youth group comes to engineering, this is their first stop. The bus pulls up out there. They enter just where you and I just now entered into this reception and display area. So, you know, we've got the flat screen TV that's always telling our story, and display of student projects. And, you know, perhaps the most important thing that they see is students living here in community. So we have a display case for the team trophies, but we don't have those in there yet. So if you come over here, in fact, you'll notice all of this theater lighting. It's designed to be able to feature whatever student projects we're displaying in here. And in time, we will have museum-grade kiosks in this area that will change out, that tell a story about scientific principles or their applications in solving the world's problems. So this door is kept locked because the practice field that you're looking at now does have some risks and requires some safety training in order and equipment in order to be in and about there. But when a group comes here that we want to give them the overview of this whole facility, we start out here and then we go up the staircase where we'll then get a panoramic view of this building and particularly the most active things that are going on. So shall we? And as we go, you will notice that as part of this communicating to our community here, we intentionally left some things open and visible, like these concrete structural pillars and joists. This shows our future engineering students what structural engineers do. They make it possible for the building to stand up. Because of our energy heritage and oil and gas geology, this stone flooring that was used has lots of really fossil remains in it, which I think kind of connects us to our traditions. So this is what we call the practice field, and that name was chosen intentionally because it was inspired by the indoor practice field that the athletic department has just down Jenkins Street here, where the football team practices what they do regardless of circumstances. So we kind of have that connection with athletic practice. And if you look east-west here, we really tie in with the OU Arts District. And they have a place where they practice, recital halls, dance halls, and so forth. Well, this is the place where engineering students put into practice what they're learning in class. They'll do lots of teamwork, lots of project-oriented work, and those are all happening here. The most visible thing is this area for the competition teams, but there are also various shops located around in here that you'll see that support this final assembly area for the competition teams. So because it's so visible, it's exciting and it draws attention like it did for ESPN Game Day this last Saturday, where they featured this and our drilling simulator that you'll see shortly. But there really are two equally important processes that are designed into this facility. And it's the integration of those that makes this a truly unique learning space in the nation. Both this building and the one next door carry out this collaboration and openness with these team rooms. And students love these things. They can get together as a group to study, work on projects, brainstorm ideas, or even have group like educational needs. University IT provides full-time on-site support for our students for any of their technical problems. You see, we've got PCs and Apples available. These high-end PC workstations provide all the tools that one of these competition teams needs to be able to bring their, like the Sooner Racing Team car, bring it into reality. It's a very high-end PC with dual 30-inch flat-screen monitors. I'll just quickly show you the drilling simulator. That's a 17-foot wide by 10-foot tall high-def video wall, and it really does truly give a realistic simulation of what happens on the deep water offshore drilling rig. Currently, they're looking at the drilling floor and the pipe handling operation. While we're up here on this second floor, I'll show you some of the other features of the professional realization process. We have over 40 student organizations in the College of Engineering. Every one of them has a mailbox. 10 of them are so large and broad in their participation that they've got these cubbyhole offices. So this makes a place where that organization can, do their business. They've got a file cabinet, a place for their computer, desk to work at. When they open up these doors, see, this is the American Indian Science and Engineering Society, ACES. This whiteboard they can put messages on, this tack board they can do things. So when these doors are open, this becomes their chapter room. Other times, it's a great place for leadership seminars, receptions, students individually or in groups, just using the space to study. This multi-purpose room was made possible by the Rawl Family Foundation, the heirs of Lawrence G. Rawl, primarily to promote K-12 outreach. So it's designed to be very flexible. This furniture, it can be arrayed like this, and then you can even have like a meal in here with table conversation. But then it can also be folded up, put in that closet there, and then this becomes really a rumpus room. Okay, so let's go downstairs and look at some of these feeder shops where the students can make the parts that they then put together in these assembly programs. Now let's go down to the basement, and from there we can see a couple of more things here, and then make our way over to the Energy Hall. Now downstairs here we have some bench labs. In fact, this is one that Dr. Fagan and his students work out of. And it's for higher end things with more valuable instruments, so it's kind of under supervision and control. This is another bench lab, which is more available around the clock to student groups. And things like groups like the robotics team, they're building their robots in here. You can see one there on the table. And the chemical car team, which that's a national competition too, where they have to develop a wheeled vehicle that its motive power is generated purely by chemical reaction. And it has to fit into the size of a shoebox. and then they take these to the competitions. The next room is a software lab where computer science and computer engineering students are getting experiential learning. And the kinds of projects that they're doing in here, actually this is an IT leadership group that's meeting here now, but it's primarily for these experiential learning projects that are software oriented. And they're doing things like developing iPhone apps